Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Excuse the state of my voice. I was right last time. I was coming down with something. I've got a nasty chest virus. Would you believe me if I said yesterday I had no voice whatsoever? So today is a vast improvement anyway. You will have to have my sultry husky tones for this one, I'm afraid. Abbie is in the chair with her valentines nails. She lost one nail at work and 2 crystals out of the whole design, and that was unpacking boxes at work and doing like major heavy lifting and work. So I'm really happy with how these turned out, but she's opted for a full soak off this time because we're going to go for a shape change. She is going back to the almond nails that she constantly moaned about. She doesn't like the almond shape, but it is easier for work and like picking things up and picking up change for customers and stuff like that. So I'm using my big navy nippers to take down the ends of the nails and get them prepped, ready for soaking off. While I'm doing that, I am checking underneath to make sure her nails haven't grown too far to the free edge. And that I'm not going to snip anything I shouldn't be snipping. With the crystals, obviously, if you've applied them correctly and sealed them, you're going to need something to release that. So I would use a small set of nippers and just, funnily enough, if you just gently apply pressure to the bottom of the crystal, they'll just come off. But they have stayed the course, apart from 2 crystals out of the whole set. I'm really happy with that because I know that working in retail is really hard on the hands. So now I'm taking my 3 times coarse carbide bit from Glitter Planet. I've had this for years. I probably should get a new one because I know that they need to be regularly replaced, but it still works. But it would probably work quicker if I had a new one. But Abbie would be petrified because she hates the e-file. I'm just going to show you a couple of nails. We're just taking off the gel design and we are going to file the acrylic down nice and thin, ready for a full soak off. It takes time. How long do you allow for an acrylic soak off? Because I generally allow about an hour, but during that process, I'm consulting about the upcoming design. So it's not just an hour of soak off, it's an hour of like come in, consult, start removing the nails, blah blah blah. But it is time and you should charge for your time. I don't charge Abbie because she is my hand model. I don't work as a nail tech anymore. So then I'm just releasing the oh my god, my brain, where the cuticle area. I'm releasing it from the nail plate. I'm lifting up and releasing that pocket just so that I can then remove the non-living tissue and perform like the dry manicure with the e-file, which again Abbie does not like. And I will be using my new Katie Barnes cuticle nippers, woohoo, which do make a big difference for my hands, so I'm really happy about that. So I'm not really pushing vigorously. So I used to use the cuticle tool to scrape the nail plate until I realised that that was not correct. Like I educated myself and realised that really all I need here is to release that grip, push it back slightly, and then allow space for the next process of the dry manicure. So essentially, there's no force needed, there's no pressure, it's just nice and gentle. Lift it away. You're just creating a small gap so that when you take your e-file, they're like a tiny flame-shaped bit. That or a cuticle bit, whatever you've got. People have different ones. This is one I have. You can tuck it under because another thing I've learned over the years, and I was guilty of doing this by accident, it's not on purpose, nobody knows, is your cuticle prep using these e-file bits should not be filing the nail plate because it thins, especially around the matrix. It's a lot thinner. And this is information that I've just taken from kind of watching people I admire. A lot of the Eastern European nail artists who perform the most stunning e-file manicures. And I'm like, how? You are a magician. And the one thing they do say is, although it looks like I'm on the nail plate, I'm not touching it. I'm going under the cuticle area. I'm not breaching that seal completely of the fold. I'm not taking that away. I'm just nudging it back. And when I file the natural nail, that will reduce and remove any non-living tissue that's stuck there. So I don't need to be over prepping that with the e-file bits that I'm using now. That is purely to work on the cuticle, and to lift and push back that excess non-living tissue, so that I can then come in with, for example, these cuticle scissors, which I need to get used to using them. This is my first time, but they were definitely easier. I've seen people make it look a lot smoother and sort of visually pleasing, but this is the way that I used them for the first time. It's completely different to using a pair of nippers. It feels completely different, but it felt nicer and smoother, and Abbie was more comfortable with this. So for me, that's a win then. That means that this is something I'm going to keep up and develop more. And it left a really nice prepped cuticle end result. Practice makes perfect again, but I definitely feel like it was a positive difference. And they're nice and sort of gentle to use on the hands. So keep your eye out, because when they're on sale, I mean, thanks to Claire, I got them for a tenner. When they're on sale, it's an absolute bargain. They are expensive, but I mean, if you've got the money coming in as a working nail tech, treat yourself, because it will make your life easier. I'll try and remember, and I am really ill. I've been up since 3 a.m. coughing my guts up. So I will try and remember to leave a link in the description box. I try and link all products used. So I will try my best to remember. The e-file bits that I use are from Amazon. My e-file is from Melodysusie, which is you can get on Amazon. They do loads of different ones. So I will have a link to my Amazon storefront, which is the things that I tend to use the most, like files and stuff like that. I'll try and remember to link these cuticle scissors. So I've applied the tips. I'm just using my Pro Stiletto tips because we want an almond shape anyway, so I don't want a deep C curve, and I want them to naturally taper. They're going to be short, obviously, because she needs them for work. So I'm using my Canvalite 180-100, but I'm only using the 180 side just to refine the tips. Try and get that shape as perfect as possible, or as close as I can, so that when I apply acrylic, I'm not adding extra bulk to a shape that I then need to overfile. Do you know what I mean? It's much easier on your hands if you're filing a soft plastic tip than if you're filing a hard, cured acrylic nail. And I will always sort of blend it a little bit as well. Although they don't have a thick edge, I think old habits die hard. I still need to file the nail surface, so why not just whoosh over with a 180 grit, give it a little file, and then it's all done in one go. As always, let me know what you're drinking. I am having fresh lemon squeezed into a cup with 2 teaspoons of honey and hot water, and actually it's really helped my voice, because yesterday I literally had no voice. It was like full laryngitis mode. It was like squeezing air through a thin straw. And I thought, God, I've got so much to do. So over the last 2 days, I've gone through nearly 2 whole nets of lemons, having honey and lemon. And I really like it. It's really, really nice. So, yeah, tips for filing tips. Well, first, make sure they're stuck properly. So make sure your adhesion is good with no air bubbles, because they'll just pop off while you're filing. It's happened to me a million times. And secondly, you don't really need to apply pressure. Just let the file do the work and just focus on your angles. Get them how you want them to look at the end. But bear in mind that you will be thickening the tip and the sides. So if you file them a little bit smaller, that's okay, because you're adding product to it. If you file them the width you want them at the end, they will be wider once you add the product. So that's something to bend your mind. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about that, really. Just be mindful. I underfile, all the time, and then end up with a fat nail and go, oh, I forgot about that little piece of science there. And also, yeah, check the underneath, because the tips tend to sort of get tip floof underneath from where you've filed it. It's like shavings, so just be mindful to get rid of that as well, because it will get in the way. and you won't want that. And also, as you can see, I am touching the nail, like I'm putting oil on the nail surface. So once you've done this, always dehydrate and then prime, because otherwise your nails won't stick. Like, you'll just get lifting. It's natural to touch the nails when you're working on them. So then I clean everything down, get rid of the dust, dehydrate, prime, and now I'm going in with Godess from Nailmate, which I purchased from Glitter Planet. This is the season favourite at the moment. I cannot get Abbie to use anything else other than this base colour. And to be fair, I can see why, because it's got the most subtle gold shimmer to it. But it's so subtle it doesn't mess with any other design. So it goes with everything. And it's such a beautiful neutral tone. Like, it's not too warm, not too cool. It's just lovely. I did try to get her to try a different one, but she said no. And I must respect her choices. So she's like me, she's got quite little nails. We don't need a lot of product. I'm just tapping, refining it as it starts to polymerize and firm up. I just want to make the end filing job as easy as possible by making sure the application is as good as I can get it. It's not always perfect. Sometimes I start chatting and get distracted, and then my bead starts to set and I'm like, oh dear. But that's life, that's what happens. In with the second bead, build that apex, thin it down towards the free edge. Don't need a big fat free edge. Then refine the tip, and that's that nail done. So most of these are a 2 to 3 bead method, because they're not particularly long and they don't need a big apex. So I find, I don't know about you, but I find watching acrylic application so satisfying. I just like the smoothness of it. It's really nice to watch. Oh my God, sorry. Excuse me. I'm taking my time. Nothing about this set is rushed. I can't be asked to go too fast. Oh my God, that needs to be on a t-shirt. For a nail tech, I can't be asked to go too fast. Like, why can't we normalise just working at a pace that suits you? I know it's money and time is money, but if your clients value your artistry, then they will sit back and relax and shut up and just enjoy the process, as long as you take care of them. Abbie hates having her nails done, but I still take my time. And we just mess about a lot, so it does take longer. I think we probably spent about 3 hours doing these, but in all fairness, we do break off. We do start laughing and being stupid, and I do get distracted, and Oliver needs me for something. So it's not like I'm doing that full time for 3 hours. It's more intermittent. But I like to allow a couple of hours for a redesign. I think it's fair to give my time, because most of the, like when I do Hannah's nails, it's freehand stuff. If it was just a plain set, you're in and out in an hour, like no problem. Or one colour, in and out in an hour, no problem. But if you want to design, then we need to talk about what's happening. We need to talk about colours, shapes, styles, because it's a bit like hair. People come in with an idea of what they want, but they present you with a picture, for example. And I used to have this. They will present you with a picture of a 2-inch long set of nails covered in Swarovskis and freehand art or acrylic art. Because let's not forget, acrylic design is a thing, guys, and I miss it. And I want some acrylic design. I want to do some marbles. I want to do some ombres. Oh my God, it's coming back. I'm doing it. The dog's digging my bed. Why are you digging my bed? What's the matter? Strange animal. So people can sometimes have unrealistic expectations, and you have to say, okay, you want this design but on a short almond nail, or you want this design on a short square nail. Let's look at how that's going to translate for you. And you've got to do that, because otherwise they're not going to like what they get, and they're going to be confused. And also they might not have the budget for what they want as well. So they're difficult conversations. I used to find them really difficult, having to say no, or having to say this isn't in your budget, or okay, this is unrealistic. That was difficult, because you just want to people please, don't you? You want to, Ted, stop. You just want to be like, okay, I'll do that for you in 1 hour for £25. No, girl. What are you doing? So there's a little life lesson. Have those conversations. Be open and honest about your timings. And if people don't like your timings, then they're not your people, are they? Doesn't make you a worse nail tech if you're slower. It means you're more thorough and precise and you work at that pace. Everybody is different. I'm not saying if you're fast that you don't do a good job. Everybody is different. We don't all walk at the same pace. We don't all talk at the same pace or think at the same pace. Some of us think things more methodically and I have loads of questions in my head, so it takes me longer to do something because my brain likes to weigh up 1 million options. Whereas somebody who is probably a little bit more linear in their thinking than me will just go, okay, I'll do that. And they don't procrastinate like I do. Or, you know what I mean? We need to celebrate our individuality. Now, I can't remember what that saying was that I wanted to put on a t-shirt now. Oh, gutted. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I can't be asked to go too fast. Yes, that's the one. Get it on a t-shirt. Shall I make a t-shirt with it? I might do it. Would you wear it? Would you wear it in your salon? I don't know. Would it be rude to people? Might that be disrespectful? Or would it be sassy? Let me know. Because, guys, if you're going to wear it, I'm going to buy it and make it. Oh, my God. That sounds so cool. We need some slogans. I'm doing it. Nail tech merch. Onto a thumb. You know I love a juicy thumb. It's just such a nut. Teddy, what, darling? What? Oh, God. Okay. He wants my attention. He's climbing all over me. I wish there was a camera that recorded me trying to do a voiceover just to see the level of distraction I get and demands from my tiny little dog, who is a diva. Aren't you? Are you a diva? Yeah. So there's a beautiful thumb shot. I just love it. And I love how that acrylic just melts into the nail plate. Like, oh, it's just like butter. It's such a good system. I've just bought from Glitter Planet their fluid gel for making crystal clusters and also doing like designs, because I have this design in my head that I really want to do and I need that sort of gel for it. So, Teddy, please stop. Please stop. He's going to start talking to me in a minute because he's being a naughty boy. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm wrangling a small dog. Are you still a puppy? He's a year old. Is he still a puppy? I don't know. He's a small breed. Don't they grow up quicker? Anyway, I filed these and did the refining off camera. And then I'm going in with Madame Glam's Perfect White gel polish. I was going to use the white gel paint. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to use the Perfect White gel polish, actually. And I think I've got a 15mm brush here. My 25mm brush fell apart. I was literally using it the other day. And the thing fell apart. I don't even know why. So, yeah, that didn't have a very good shelf life for me. But I've still got the 15mm and it's really good. So I'll use that. And I still haven't got my new acrylic brush. So please watch this video. Please comment and like and share it. Because that's right, Teddy. Mummy needs a new acrylic brush. But I need to fund it via YouTube. Can you help me, Teddy? By being really cute? Yeah, can you talk to me? No, because he won't do anything on demand because he's too important, aren't you? You're too busy being superior and important. I get it. He's sassy. But he is a Maltese cross, so I guess he's entitled to be sassy because his tail looks like a pom-pom. Or if you've ever watched the Lorax, you know those truculent trees that they cut down to build, and to make the thneed. Well, that's what his tail looks like. And I want to make it pastel pink, like a truculent tree, or pastel purple. Anyway, the pinkies are having a white French using Perfect White gel polish, as are the thumbs. And that one's out of shot, but I will move, I promise. Just need to slap myself quickly. And anytime now, there we go. I still map out my French like this. Abbie keeps asking for a fatter French. Guys, is this a thing? Is this a trend? Are we going back to the French where it looks like we've bought the white tips and stuck them on? Because that hurts my soul. What happened to the elegant, fine French or the micro French? Why are we having chunkies? I'll do it, but I'm not proud of who I've become. Who am I? This is not me. It's awful. I don't like it. Anyway, you've got to do what you've got to do, right? I guess somewhere someone decided that was a thing now. I'd probably blame the Kardashians or someone like that. Because they generally come out with weird nails and then tell everyone that's the new thing and everyone does it. I don't know who started it. Maybe it wasn't them. Who else does weird nail? Is it Hailey Bieber? Does she do weird nail trends as well? Didn't she do the glazed donuts nails? Anyway, on this now, I'm doing a French with Christmas essence because it's a beautiful colour. And it's the same one I'm using on the Gaga nails, which are coming, don't worry. And it reminds me of a trending hair colour called Cherry Cola. Cherry Cola hair. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a beautiful colour. I've had red hair my whole life, on and off. It's my favourite colour to have. In fact, they nearly threw me out of school because I kept dyeing my hair red. So I love red. And this colour is rich. It's like a rich cherry red. It's called Christmas Essence. To me, it's actually not a Christmas red. Maybe an old Christmas red like you would find on ribbons on boxes. But it's beautiful anyway, and it's for any season. And don't let anyone tell you different, because look at it. It's absolutely stunning. Only need one coat. Absolutely stunning. Same on the index finger. We're doing Christmas Essence for a French. She wanted this set to be the lucky number 7 ball and cherry hearts. And the inspo, I can't remember where the inspo came from. She just showed me a picture and went, I want that. And I copied it. I should have got her to send me the actual person's name. I don't know if she had the person's name or if she was just Googling and just grabbed a picture. And for the stalk, because essentially my phone kept cutting out. It was overheating. Then it had no memory left. I need an external hard drive. Please watch this video, comment, like and share so I can spend some money and upgrade my game. But basically, I missed some of the design process. So after doing these and curing them, I did a big white circle with a number 7 in them. The white circle I used white gel paint for so that it would go over the dark red with no problem in one coat. And the little number 7 I used black gel paint for. They're the sort of things you need gel paint for because it's super pigmented. You can work thin and flat and you don't need to double coat or anything like that. And they are non-tacky as well, so you could chrome it up if you want to and then top coat. But yeah, the cherries were like 2 little love heart cherries. And then for the stalk of the cherry, I mixed Madame Glam's green gel paint with a tiny, tiny bit of black because their green gel paint is like a true, primary colour. I don't even know if green is a primary colour. That could be an absolute load of crap. But it's like a true green. Not too light, not too dark, not too deep, not too neon. So I needed a deeper green that would represent like a stalk with a little bit of... I could have actually used 2 greens and given it a 3-dimensional look, but I'm not that artistic. I only think about things after the actual event, which is why every set of nails I sit back and go, I could have done that better. So here I am mapping out the cherries, but I did use a little bit of black in the green for the stalks just to give them some depth. And here we are where my camera cut out and I ended up only finishing with top coat. But you can see I've done a white circle and a number 7 on the ring finger. And then on your sweary finger, I've done little love heart cherries. As you can see, I used Christmas Essence for the cherries and then the gel paint for the stalks, and she wanted a little leaf at the top of the stalks. I think they're really cute. Obviously, they could have been a bit more depth in them if I'd have applied light and shade to it, if you want that look. But it's, you know, down to the individual. Top coat I'm using is Madame Glam's No Wipe Gloss Top Coat, which never dulls. It doesn't dull. It just never has and never will. It's really, really good, really reliable and solid. Obviously, cap your edges. Don't be silly. I keep seeing people paint nails and then they file the edge, and I'm really confused as to, are they capping, or is that not a thing anymore? Because I was always taught you cap to stop the nails chipping. What's going on? Can someone please explain? Because maybe the industry's moved forward. I am a dinosaur, so I need to know these things. So someone needs to help me, because I am a relic. If you don't need, like, I like the idea of filing at the end and then having that smooth shape, because you apply product and then your nail gets fatter, and then you apply gel to that product or a design and then it gets fatter. So being able to finish file with complete definition and like precision appeals to me, but I always worry about chipping. I don't know. So I need to look into this, because it's now like irritating me, because I don't know. But yeah, we'll do a nice top coat. That's a 1 minute cure. And then I will grab cuticle oil, and she always has It's Britney Bitch by Tough Love Nail Coat. Sorry. I'm exhausted after doing this voiceover. Like, I feel like I need to sleep. Yeah, always have cuticle oil. You don't need to smother the whole nail in cuticle oil. Put it in the cuticle area, and sometimes the hyponychium as well. And I just massage it in nicely. You don't need too much. These are great, these pens, because you can control the amount. And you're just restoring the hydration, the moisture, the goodness back into the skin. And then they look all lovely and soft again, and not so dehydrated from all the products. I think it's important to massage that in, and just tell your clients to do it at home, for God's sake. Why are people not doing it? Mind you, I don't. I've got cuticle oil everywhere and I forget to use it. So I'm not really one to talk, am I? I've got no right to judge. Look at the state of my nails. But I'll show you the finished set. Here you go. My camera was the wrong way around. Can you tell I was getting ill? Anyway, thanks for watching. Love you, bye.